Hello, Shaker Heights varsity hockey fans, and welcome back to the Hamilton Ice Arena here in Rocky River. We're here for Game 2 of Shaker's run in the Tim Alexander Memorial Tournament. To recap yesterday's Game 1, your Red Raiders went up against the Benedictine Bengals, and to call it a victory would be a bit of an understatement. 8-1 was the final with goals from 6 guys. Ryan Lenahan and Connor Mayhew were the 2 guys with the 2 goals. To turn to today, the Raiders are going up against the Findlay Trojans, who had their opening game of the tournament yesterday at 6 p.m. It was a much closer affair. 2-1 was the final versus the Menor Cardinals. That deciding goal of the game, the third goal of the game in total, came with less than 5 seconds to go in the game. It's a crusher for Menor, but definitely something to lift Findlay's spirits entering into today. Keep in mind, Shaker plays Menor tomorrow, so this game could really give us a preview on how that will be tomorrow. But as we are nearing the end of warm-ups and the puck drop, it is time that we continue to familiarize ourselves with the lines as head coach Matt Bartley has put them once again. So that first line is going to be Sammy Gerber, Connor Mayhew, and Will Brokaw. The second line going to be the junior pair, Moore and Lenahan, but it's also going to be Colin Arth there as well. Schneider, Kiltz, and Salmon make up the third forward line, and Rich, Juan, and Schneiberg making the fourth line of offense. On defense, it's Garnett and Richard, the first line. The second line, Hunter and Kalergis, and the third line, Benincasa and White. McGinnis is there as a defenseman as well. And in between the pipes today, it's going to be Nico Danieris up against, I believe it is number 1 of the Findlay Trojans. Wish I had the roster, but the coach didn't email me back. So, don't have that roster, but all I can tell you is I believe it is number 1 in between the pipes for Findlay. And that should just this should just about wrap up this intro. It's Shaker versus Findlay. Each of these two going into Game 2 of the tournament. Shaker goes into tomorrow facing Menor, who Findlay has just beaten by 1 goal last night. Findlay, after today, is going to be playing Erie Prep. That's a school from Pennsylvania, if you're not familiar. Shaker not going to get that chance to play the Pennsylvanian school. Both teams taking their final shots. The horn sounds, and it looks like both teams are getting set to go. The Red Raiders in their lovely black uniforms, and those are just clean. If you like this Red Raider team, you like those black uniforms. And, of course, those red buckets. And, oh, my goodness, it's just a beauty to look at. Findlay, the blue caps, the white jerseys, and the blue pants here today. Both teams huddling around their net. Findlay does the same as Shaker. 15 minutes up on the scoreboard, symbolizing the start of period number 1, and this one could be a good one. Last season, it was Shaker finishing 18th in the state. Findlay, pretty close, but just a bit above them in the 14th spot. They finished with a 17-13-1 record. Shaker 11-19-5, but once again, as mentioned yesterday, that record from last year held much more respect since they had a much tougher schedule. So unlike yesterday, head coach Matt Bartley is going to send out line number 1 for the opening draw. On defense, it will be that pair of Garnett and Richard. The freshman getting the start on defense, and he did rather well yesterday, number 23. And we will see if that continues against the tougher competition. Benedictine was who Shaker went up against yesterday, and Benedictine once again lost today 6-0 to Canton Akron. And here's the opening draw. Findlay wins it And Will Brokaw quickly getting the defensive zone turnover. He's going to go to work in his offensive zone. Connor Mayhew trying to send it over to Gerber. A poke check ends that threat. However, it is in the corner. Can Shaker stick with it? Not just yet. Findlay clears it quickly. Is going to go just to the right of the net. Almost a shot on goal from the other side of the ice and off the boards. But that's not the case. Only 22 seconds off the clock. 14:38 left to go for you in the first period. I assume we're going to have a very, very brief first intermission as Shaker did yesterday. And we'll get the ice cuts and the longer intermission for that second break. The puck going all the way to Daenerys at his side of the ice. He'll send it out to the neutral zone. Findlay has it in their possession. Now to Garnett. By the blue line of the Red Raiders zone. Now across ice pass to Brokaw. It's still that line one of offense, but now Brokaw's going to dump it in, and with Gerber, he'll hop off. Mayhew, the lone man out there, remaining from that first line. Lenahan and Moore now hop on. Mayhew hops off. And it's going to be Arth joining that second line. It's a forward line full of 20s, as it's 22, 24, and 26. Lenahan going to take this draw in the offensive zone. The defensive pair, Kalergis and Hunter, at the moment. For now, Findlay's number 6, trying to get it out of the zone. He's taken down as Lenahan tries to lay the body. Lenahan goes down as well, but he'll join the play quickly. Getting into the defensive zone. It's number 6 on the backhand. Shot won't go, or maybe that was a pass. Regardless, it didn't connect. And now here, Moore creating a turnover. It's a 3-on-2 rush for Shaker the other way. It's Lenahan. He'll rip a shot, and that one goes wide left. Moore trying to get the puck back in his possession, but he's bumped off by number 19. Lenahan takes it from the neutral zone and into the Red Raiders zone. 13-15 left to go in period number 1. Lenahan's going to dump this one into the Findlay zone and hop off the ice. Now it's that third line. It's Kiltz, it's Schneider, and it's Salmon. In the corner, the puck goes 2v2. 2 men for each side in a battle for puck possession. Now it's kept in at the point. It's been Casa. He'll rip a shot. That won't get through the traffic out in front. And now here's a chance for, I believe this is 28. Trying to work around White, but White's a big man. Can't get past him that easy. And he will allow the puck to glide right into Daenerys, and he will cover it up for the faceoff. It's going to be over to his right. That first line of offense coming back out now. The first line of defense will follow suit. Findlay getting a couple late changes on the defensive side, but referee will allow it. Puck wraps around the boards. Now it's to Sammy Gerber. Gerber off the backhand, getting it to Mayhew. Mayhew to Brokaw. It's at the neutral zone. Brokaw's got a rush going his way, but he's under too much pressure. He's going to have to send it around the boards. Brokaw still on the ice, and he seemed to be holding the stick of number 23. No call. The Findlay fans clearly thought that was a call going their way, but that's not the case. And now with a clearing attempt, the puck is on net, and Daenerys is just going to cover this one up as a Trojan's barreling right at him. So less than 3 minutes off the clock so far. A lot of stoppages early in this one. 12:03 left to go in the first. Right off the draw. That's a shot, and that won't go through the defender out in front. Behind the net. Richard sticking with it now to Gerber. He'll clear it out with off the backhand right to a Trojan. It goes. He'll dump it into the Red Raider the Red Raider defensive zone. Battle for possession. Shaker gets it going their way. First line of offense still out there. Oh, no! An awkward bounce off an awkward shot. And Daenerys just couldn't pick it up. Bit of confusion from number 30. Only the second shot on goal for the men in white and blue. And that's a crusher if you're Shaker. They seem to have a solid amount of momentum off the opening draw, but that goal, a close one, just snuck through. So now we're already mixing the lines as it's Juan, it's Lenahan, and it's Moore. Bartley enjoys mixing up his lines. He isn't too strict on keeping those sets the same. However, that could affect chemistry, but I guess that just is not head coach Matt Bartley's concern. Lenahan to take the draw to the left of Daenerys. It's going to be won by Findlay. Back to the point it goes. Shot! And that won't get through the wave of Raider defensemen out in front. Kalergis up to Juan. Juan getting it up to Lenahan. Good stick work. He'll take a low percentage shot. Rebound given up. Now Kalergis going to rip a shot. Ooh! Just tipped off of a defender out in front. Still nothing going. Trying to pass out into the crease. It's still loose. Now Lenahan goes down. His helmet's off. And finally, the referee calls it, even though the puck is in the back of the net. They're going to have to whistle this one. Lenahan seems to be all right, skating off the ice with nothing but a smile on his face. Face-off taken over by Findlay right outside their blue line. Now here's a pass to the center for Salmon. Off the backhand, he sends it into the corner. Back to Findlay, and it's number 12. Going to try and clear it. He can't just yet. Benincasa keeping it in with a kick of the skate. Behind the net. Taken right back over by Findlay. And oof, good idea. Kiltz just wasn't there. It was only a Trojan. So it will escape the zone. It's White up against number 29 of Findlay. Here's a pass to center. It won't go. Now here's a rush for the Red Raiders on offense. It's a 2-on-2. Kiltz centering it. Oh, that won't go. Here's a rush the other way for number 12. Does he have the speed? It doesn't look like he does. He's up against Salmon. Salmon going to pressure him right up against that blue line, right up against the Red Raider bench. And Findlay is going to dump this one off. They got a couple changes. Now about 9.5 left to go in this first period. It's a 1-0 game. Findlay on top. Off of that wacky little goal that Nico Daenerys just seemed to lost sight of. Traffic out in front. The shot will not go. First line of offense back out. On defense, it is still White and Benincasa. And now here's a turnover forced by Sammy Gerber. He's got a chance. And oh, he's held up a little bit, nothing doing. Pass can't get to Mayhew for any sort of secondary chance. Now here's a shot deflected. Off the glass it goes. Findlay will take it over, and it's sent out of the zone. Here's Garnett trying to create an opportunity, nothing doing. The first line of defense back out in Richard and Garnett. Here's Richard in the corner to the right of Daenerys. To Garnett. Garnett back to Richard. Richard can't send it right back to Garnett. And he's struggling with the puck possession. Now Richard sends it in down the ice, but it looks as though that's going to be an icing. However, in high school hockey, if you know high school hockey well, the Red Raiders still able to get their much-needed line changes. For now, the forward line is going to be 22, 24, and 26. That's Arth Moore and Lenahan. Lenahan going to take the draw to the right of Daenerys, the defenseman, Kalurgis, and Hunter. 8:06 left to go in this first period. It's still a one-goal game advantage, Findlay. Number 15 sends this one around the boards. Taken over by Hunter. Hunter looking for more. Moore can't take it in his control. Rebound chance off the shot from the point. And, oh, that was close. Good work by the Red Raider defense. Lenahan just trying to clear it. He can't do so just yet. Good stick lift by Arth to get it back in Red Raider possession. Lenahan whiffs on one pass. Now he'll take it up to Moore. Moore and Arth heading in. Shot by Moore. And a blocker save, and it goes into the corner. The first shot on goal for the Red Raiders. White can't keep it inside of the point. And this will be cleared all the way to the Red Raider side of things. Hunter all the way up to Lenahan. Lenahan cannot keep it on his stick. It's still that forward line of 20s. The defensive line back to that pair of juniors. It's 14 and 11. Andy Benincasa and Braden White. Here's a shot. That one just too elevated. It's high and off the glass. And now Findlay can't keep it in their possession efficiently as it will escape the zone. It's number 6. He's got good puck control as we saw early in this one. Looks like the Trojans sitting on the puck. Eventually they're able to jar it loose. And into the corner to the right of Daenerys it lies. For the moment, the forward line is Kiltz, Arth, and Schneider. Arth now heading off, and in replacement it's going to be Salmon. And that should be offsides, and yes it is. Shaker just trying to clear it out. 38 had other plans, but he was just too late to the punch. As, well, you just can't do that. 6:14 left to go in this first period of play. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name's Vaughn Ullum. Hope you're enjoying this one here from Rocky River. Here's a 2-on-2 chance off the draw. It's Mayhew sticking with it. And the lefty will send it off the backhand behind the net. Gerber can't keep with it. Mayhew trying to get it back in Raider possession. Garnett can't keep it in either. He tries to flip it back into the zone, but in doing so, he flips it up into the Findlay bench. No one's hurt, don't you worry. Now the face-off is going to be at that blue line right outside the Findlay defensive zone. Here's Mayhew. Good puck handling. Now to Richard. Good shot. Good setup by the Red Raiders right there. Good Mayhew-Richard connection. Now a shot by Garnett, and that one tipped out in front. Richard looking for a secondary shot back at the point, and no can do. So far, no penalties just yet. 5.5 left to go in this first period. This one cleared. Icing, waved off, and now they met him at a bad line change. It's Brokaw with the shot, and a good blocker save once again. And Brokaw held up a little bit. Here's a centering pass. Looking for a backhand shot is Mayhew. Here's another chance. It's still loose. It's under the skate of Brokaw. He's tripped up. No call just yet. But now it looks as though we've got a whistle. Now it looks like they're calling a man on each side. It's Connor Mayhew for the Raiders, and it's number 5, the captain, for Findlay. It's no 4-on-4, but they will serve their time in the box. We still got 5-on-5 even strength hockey. This one wrapped around the boards for Hunter to take and send it right back, but a Trojan's right there to meet him. Now to Kalurgis, it goes to the point. Trying to tip a shot out in front. Lenahan cannot alter the direction of the puck just well enough. Off the boards, it goes to Juan. Juan looking for Lenahan behind the net, but Lenahan cannot keep the puck on his stick. Hunter keeping it inside the point. Findlay just trying to clear it out. They can't seem to do so just yet. To Hunter. He'll try its chance at a shot, but that one very much elevated and up into the glass it goes. Still in play, however. Findlay just trying to clear this one away. A decent job at pressure for the Red Raiders. Number 14 going to work around Lenahan. But nothing else doing. Now here it goes to Moore. Moore just trying to look for the puck under his stick. He's clearly struggled with whatever that was. That was just some awkward puck handling right there. There to the delayed offsides. Shaker's going to touch up back in the neutral zone. And now Findlay has control over the puck. It's number 13 gliding in. Along the blue line he goes, but he's pressured by Benincasa. Lenahan, and now I believe that's Schneider. And now it's on the stick of Ryan Lenahan. For now, the forward makeup is Lenahan, Schneider, and Salmon. And a big booming hit from Andy Benincasa. He's the big man. And you see it right there, right now. Good Lord. That was a dangerous hit. But luckily, these referees don't say a booming hit is a penalty, which that's a referee you can respect. Letting these high schoolers play physical. 3:16 left to go in this first period. Off the icing, the face-off is going to be to the right of Daenerys. 1-0 is our score after that wacky little Findlay goal that Daenerys, I guess, just didn't have his eye on. Face-off taken over by Shaker. That one goes up into the netting right off the draw. Richard trying to clear it out, trying to hit it off the glass, but instead of doing so, it's off the netting. And face-off will be right where we had it. The puck is the Trojans at the point. 15 will try his luck at a shot, but he wasn't too lucky. That one goes very much wide. Now here's a pass just trying to clear the zone. Still unable to yet. Here's a save from Daenerys. Good shot. Save with the blocker. For now, the forward line is Schneider, Kiltz, and Salmon. That third line of offense. The Findlay number 21 going to wrap this one around the boards. Richard just trying to clear it out to Salmon. Not able to do so just yet. Blocked shot by Kiltz. Another shot and a good tip by the man out in front. It's number 6, and that will be a goal for the Trojans. Good tip up into the corner by number 6. My goodness. Daenerys having some rough beginnings to his season. One goal, just a fluky one almost. And then right there, just a tough shot. Nothing you can do off that shot. There's a Red Raider shot, however, and with the glove, it will be frozen by number 1. Mayhew to take the draw. He's out of the penalty box after serving his hooking. Sending this around the boards. It's to Brokaw. Brokaw pushed off the puck and now just taken down as a whole. Kalergis keeping it inside of the blue line, but right as he sends it in, it's sent right back out. To Daenerys it goes. He'll cover this one up for a face-off. 1:53 left to go in period number 1. Once again, not sure we're going to have an extended first intermission. Just as we saw yesterday, I think they're going to get right back into it. Face-off going to be moved to the right of Daenerys, to the left of him. And here the face-off is won by Mayhew. Mayhew to Brokaw, cross ice. Here's a good rush by the Raiders. Now trying to look for a pass to Mayhew, but the other number 6 on the ice said no thank you and poked that one away. Kalergis keeping it in the blue line. Shot made, and that one's right at the chest of the Trojan Tendy. Now the second line of offense coming out. The third line of defense is going to join them. Ooh, but instead of Arth, it's going to be Schneider joining Moore and Lenahan. We'll see if this is something Bartley wants to stick with. Off the draw, Moore takes a shot. No elevation. It'll be tipped and it'll glide right into the corner. Puck sent out into the Red Raider zone. Can Findlay extend their lead to 3, or can Shaker cut this deficit down by a half? Here's a blocker save by Daenerys, and it'll go into the corner. Shaker taking it out. It's Schneider at the moment. Good stick lift to get it back in Trojan possession. 65 seconds left to go in the period. Schneider banks this one off the glass. And now here's a 2-on-1 possession for the Trojans. Good defensive effort. And now Shaker looks as though they're going to get called on a penalty for hooking, I believe. And it's going to be Schneider, number 9. And he exited to the bench at first. Now he'll finally go into the penalty box. Not sure. He knew he did something. Now here to the corner it goes. It's Brokaw taking it over. A good wave of the hand to keep it in. But here's an opportunity for Gerber, but he just doesn't have that speed to get to the puck in the neutral zone. Could have been a good breakaway opportunity. Yesterday, we saw a bunch of short-handed breakaway opportunities for the Raiders. But that was also in a team that hasn't scored much and has had a rough go at things so far in this tournament. Benedictine lost 8-1 against Shaker just yesterday. Lost 6-0 versus Canton Akron. Ooh, tipped shot out in front. Daenerys just barely able to get there. 21 to number 5. Now here we go. It's tipped right behind Daenerys and back into the back of the net it goes. Looks as though it hit off of number 23, Colin Richard. Or excuse me, Cole Richard. If I've been saying Colin Richard, I apologize. That's his brother. Commentated him in baseball. And right off of the draw, the horn will buzz. And that is a rough beginning to the game if you're the Red Raiders, as Daenerys has having some struggles between the pipes. My prediction was correct. No ice cuts here in this first intermission. We'll be getting back to the action in just a moment. And we are going to take a very brief break. We'll be right back. 3-0 is our score. The Trojans are on top. And thank you very much for tuning in. We are getting set for period number 2. 3-0 is your score. Findlay is winning by that deficit of 3. It's been a rough go for Daenerys in his first outing of the season. Well, we will see if Shaker can bounce back, maybe get a couple goals of their own. That's most definitely going to be offsides. Oh, it was not offsides. Oh, it was just the fact that Hunter didn't touch up. Here, Lenahan entering in off the backhand. And I guess it was a delayed offsides once again. That, surprisingly, not a trip on Arth. And now here's a rush the other way. Lenahan taking his shot. Blocker save by the Findlay goaltender. Along the wall, Findlay takes it over. But Moore is going to rush number 6 to try and pressure to get that possession right back. And Hunter can't keep it in. Just a minute off the clock here as we are beginning period number 2. The puck is in Benencasa's possession. He'll poke it all the way down to the Findlay zone. And it's in Red Raider possession. First line of offense out now for the Red Raiders in their black and red uniforms. And now we'll get the whistle from the icing. These black uniforms, as I mentioned in that first period, these are things of beauty. Yesterday they wore the white on red. Today it's black on black. We'll see what tomorrow brings us against Menor. Their shot blocked. Benencasa the one to rip it. But one of those Findlay forwards right in front of the shot. Here's an opportunity, looking for a pass out in front of Daenerys, but nothing gets through Benencasa. Here a clearing attempt. Benencasa. Speed not his best factor, but he's going to get there first. And into the corner, he's going to hang on to it as he waits for his forward line to get there as well. Take it over by Mayhew. And oh! Mayhew banged into the boards, and he looked hurt after that one. But he does eventually get up. We'll see what that penalty will be. It's going to be a holding, it looks like. It's going to be a holding on number 5. So Shaker, who yesterday had a bit of a rough go at the power play, are going to get their crack at things with 12:58 left to go in the second. It's only the first penalty committed by the Trojans. They were a clean team in that first period. Moore looking to send it to Brokaw. Nothing doing so far. Brokaw off the backhand, giving it to Garnett along the blue line. He'll try his shot, and that goes wide. I believe that hit off of some of the traffic in front. And they're using the blocker, number 1, going to send the shot up and into the netting. 1:44 left to go in this power play time. In that first period, shots were perfectly even, 11 aside, but shots on goal, only a deficit of 1. Findlay had 1 more on goal, 8-7 in that department. Face-offs, Shaker won that 9-7. Here, Findlay's going to clear it with a minute and a half left to go on the power play. Garnett going to lead his team forward. Garnett to Gerber. Gerber back to Garnett. Garnett right up into the corner for Gerber, but Gerber can't keep the puck on his stick. Gerber to Garnett. Not sure if that was a shot or a quick pass over to Lenahan, but regardless, it's not going to work. So far, no changes for the Red Raider squad. And they will start another rush up. We're a minute through and a minute left to go here in power play time. Can Shaker bury their first one of the game? Here's an opportunity for a shot for Gerber. Kick save with a right pad. And Brokaw not going to keep it in. Instead, he'll go to the body between the point and the corner. Nothing doing. Gerber going to send this one right into the glove of the Findlay goaltender. And that shot looked like an outfielder out there in the crease. Nothing doing, as it was an easy glove save. And I don't think he meant to freeze the puck, as he looked as he was gesturing over to his player as if to release the puck from his grasp. But regardless, you do the crime, you do the time, and regardless, Findlay's going to win this faceoff. Kalergis back behind the net of Daenerys. And my goodness. Richard going to move it out. Richard to Kalergis, Kalergis to wrap it around the boards. Back to Kalergis around the point, wrapping it around once again. Hunter there as well. And now the power play is over as number 19 joins the play. Findlay sends this one down the ice, and that should be an icing, or maybe not. Very late wave by the referee to call it off. And so we play on. 10:30 left to go in period number 2. Shaker still down by 3. In the corner, it's in Findlay's control. Here's a shot, and blocker saved by Daenerys. Shaker just trying to get it outside of their zone, and with that turnover, they're still unable to. Kalergis trying to send it out, still unable to send this one away. Here, number 19 throws down Richard. No penalty call, but it was a bit aggressive. Not very nice of him. 3 shots on goal on that power play for the Red Raiders. Behind the net, it's with Braden White. Off the boards to Benincasa. Benincasa up to Gerber. It's a 3-on-1 rush. Cross-ice pass to Brokaw. He'll take his shot. Rebound chance, and no one home to bury it. Behind the net, Mayhew trying to lay the boom, but in doing so, he's reversed hit, and he's the one that falls down to the ice. Down at the point, it's going to turn into Findlay possession. A 2-on-1 rush. He'll try a shot. He doesn't want to go for the pass to number 5, and he might think that could be a little bit selfish. Here's a glove save by Daenerys, and we await the faceoff. 9:27 left to go in this second period of action. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you're a Red Raider fan, you are so far having a rough go as your team is down by 3. Face-off won by Shaker. Can they clear it? Not just yet. Findlay keeping it in. And off the glass, it goes to the opposite corner. Moore trying to push it outside of the blue line, and I believe they did just that. Now to Juan. Juan, good stick control, but he is bumped off the puck eventually. Now to Lenahan. Lenahan. And he's bumped off the puck as well. Garnett in the corner. Garnett, my goodness, not able to stick with it either. Now outside of the blue line, it goes all the way back into the Red Raider territory. Trying to catch him at a bad line change. It's the Raider rush with Lenahan leading. He'll try his luck at a shot, and it will go 5-hole through the defenseman in front of him, but not through the goalie. Here's a good pass, and Lenahan tried to bury it home. Nothing doing. Good opportunity for the Red Raiders. Now Moore, cross-ice pass, looking to Richard. Richard to Moore. Moore, the pass just wide of Garnett, and that one will escape to the neutral zone. And now that pass goes awry to Daenerys. Back in the Red Raider zone, he'll drop it off for Richard. Richard to Salmons. Now here it's Lenahan. Good stick control, but eventually bumped off the puck. Too many Trojans in front of him. That would be played with a high stick, and that is the case. You meant to use your hand in that circumstance, but I guess the Trojan just could not keep himself together. He tried to knock the puck out of the air with his stick, and if you know hockey, you know that is just something you cannot do. The forward line for the moment, Kilt, Schneider, and Salmon. Out of the draw, Findlay trying to clear it, and they do just that. Hunter jumping for joy, trying to bring the puck back down onto his stick, and oh my goodness. Dangerous chance. Nico Daenerys having to dive out of his crease to cover up the puck, as that Trojan forward was barreling right to him. Luckily, all is well for the Red Raiders. It's still, however, a 3-goal game. Kilts to take the draw, and he will win it. Advantage Red Raiders, but taken right back over by Findlay. 21-6, all around the net. It's into the opposite corner. Now back into the corner to the right of Daenerys. Just a puck battle along the boards. And who comes away with it? It's Findlay. Here's, good rebound try for number 14, nothing doing. Now here it's Schneider, looking to lead a rush, but he doesn't have the forwards behind him to do so. Kilts, Salmon, and Schneider, still that forward line, and here's a turnover given up by Hunter, and he tries to lay the body, but in doing so, knocks down himself up against the boards. He seems to be all right as he will head off, and he fist pumps his target of the hit as he is replaced on the ice. The defensive line now going to be McGinnis and White. Teddy McGinnis, I believe, making his first appearance of the game. Looking for a rebound try. Good first save by Daenerys, but I was close. Almost gave up that second chance. Brokaw wheeling in. Good shot. Good look from Brokaw. Just nothing to write home about as Findlay clears this, and it's going to be an icing. Good look from Brokaw. That's why head coach Matt Bartley has given him the line one position with Mayhew and Gerber. Mayhew to take the draw. But it's won by Findlay. But, thought I heard a whistle. Battle for puck possession. Mayhew trying to fish it out to the right side, and it looks like Shaker will get their possession. To White. White tries a shot, a good one at that, and White just cannot keep it in. White and McGinnis, still the defensive pair, and this one all the way down the ice for an icing. And now Shaker going to go with a whole new set of 5. The first line of defense and the first line of offense. And that means that it's going to be Lenahan to take the draw to the left of Daenerys. Thank you very much for tuning in. We've got 5:38 left for you in this second period. Now here's a shot. Kick save with the left pad of Daenerys. Into the corner it goes for the men in white and blue, taken over by the men in black and red. Now we got a whistle. Looks as though a penalty on Weasel, number 37. And he will unhappily do his time in the penalty box. The sin bin, as it were. Lenahan to take the draw. Back to Garnett. Garnett looking to Gerber. Gerber can't receive that pass cleanly. Findlay takes it over, sends it all the way down to Daenerys. Call it a shot on goal if you want to. And Daenerys turns it right over. And a good save by him. But my goodness, almost a costly mistake from 30. But take a breather. That was close. 5:06 left to go in period number 2. Face-off in Red Raider territory. Lenahan to take it. Pass to Lenahan. He's looking cross-ice to Moore. Gerber was in his way. Gerber picks it up and will send it over to Lenahan. Lenahan can't keep the puck on his stick. And Findlay will take it over and clear it out. Daenerys almost tripping as he was out of the crease, but he will do just fine as he gives it over to his teammates. Garnett looking for Moore. Went right to a Trojan, but he couldn't keep with it. Moore tries a shot and a glove save. Almost gave up a rebound chance, but he'll quickly recover. Number 1, the goalie, so far holding on to a shutout. So now a new set of 5 for the Raiders. It's going to be Mayhew, Kiltz, Schneider, Kalergis, and Richard. Richard to Schneider. Schneider looking to get it back to Richard, but he's held up against those boards. 3 Raiders against 1 Trojan. No Trojans going to help him. But the Trojans somehow get it in their way. 40 seconds left to go on the penalty time. 4 minutes left to go in the second. Here's Kiltz looking for a pass out in front, and that one knocked in. Kiltz sends it forward to Mayhew. Mayhew's able to bury it home into that top corner. And that's just a beauty. And he's your goal leader so far, ladies and gentlemen. That's 3 on him so far. Mayhew had 2 yesterday, and he'll get the first Red Raider goal. And there's a power play goal for your Red Raiders, the first goal of the game for Shaker. 3-1 is your score. Findlay on top. Face-off won by Findlay. We'll see if they can make that deficit right back to where it was at 3, or if Shaker can perhaps make this one a 1-score game. And looks as though that was an icing on Findlay. They will circle back to their own side of the ice. Thank you very much for tuning in. Shaker now with a bit more of a spark of hope with that score. 2 is much more manageable than 3, it always seems in hockey. Face-off taken over by the Trojans. Can they clear it out? Not just yet. Good opportunity, but nothing doing. And now here's a rush the other way. Brokaw with speed, and he will disrupt the rush, but it's back with Findlay. Shot made. Good save by Daenerys. Another dangerous chance for Findlay. And now mixing up these lines, as now it's going to be 4, 5, and 6 on the forward line. That's Mayhew, Kiltz, and Gerber. That's a new look. Here's a shot. Couldn't get through the traffic. Hunter trying to clear it out. Once again, not able to get through that traffic around the blue line. And with a kick of Mayhew, that will disrupt the shot. So far, a couple shots here from the Trojans on this puck possession, but now it's going to be Mayhew taking it over, looking for Kiltz. And the puck just didn't have enough speed to get to him as he was rushing forward. But now it is with Kiltz. Kiltz to Gerber, looking off the backhand to pass it forward. Just a lot of confusion on where the puck is at the moment. Now Hunter will try a shot, and that one sent wide with a blocker save. Hunter to Garnett. Garnett with a shot, and that can't get through the traffic of Trojans. Hunter can't send it forward from the neutral zone. Here's a rush the other way. Garnett disrupting it with the help of Kiltz. Into the corner, to the left of Daenerys, to the right of Daenerys it goes. A lot of back and forth here in the final minutes of the second period. Here's Connor Mayhew. He had that first goal for the Red Raiders. He'll try a backhand shot, low percentage, and it will not go. Here's number 32. Trying a shot of his own, and it's off the glass. It went wide. Now Garnett sending this one down the other end of the ice. It's Brokaw. Nothing doing, and this one's going to be a delayed offsides, so the Red Raiders are going to touch up in the neutral zone. Findlay clears it. Icing waved off. Shaker trying to move this one up. The forward line, Lenahan, Brokaw, and Moore. And into the neutral zone. It was Garnett looking for an aggressive poke. He does that, and it was a breakaway opportunity the other way, but Richard able to get there with a burst of speed to break up that chance. Great play by him. That was dangerous. Just about a minute left to go in this second period. And Shaker's going to clear this one all the way down the ice. So in this tournament, it is scored by whoever wins the period, and if it stays where it is, Shaker's going to win the period. I'm hoping I'm not jinxing it. But to salvage a point in this game, that could be a really good thing. Face-off won by Findlay. Shaker takes it over and clears it. We continue to mix up these lines for the moment. The forward makeup is Kiltz, Schneider, and Gerber. And now here it goes all the way into the offensive zone of Findlay, and a shot by 23, a good save by Daenerys. Gerber looking up off the boards. It goes to Kiltz. It's a 2-on-1 rush, and just not able to keep the puck on his stick. But now here's another chance. Kiltz tries a shot. It's still loose out in front. Can they poke it in? Not just yet. It's off the glass. 10 seconds left to go. Does Shaker want to try one more shot? In the dying seconds, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do just that, but the whistle's blown with a single second left to go in the second period. And it looks as though Findlay, number 21, is going to get nabbed for a cross-checking. Well, that's just lovely. To end the period, that's a way to get a little bit of momentum going as you head into the locker room. We're assuming not much is going to happen in the 1 second, but we will see. Puck is dropped, and that will take us to the end of the second period. Shaker wins the period. Findlay won that first, however, by a much larger margin. 3-1 is our score. Connor Mayhew getting that first goal for the Red Raiders. And both teams will head to the locker room as the Zamboni takes its place on the ice. Thank you very much for tuning in. We know it's college football day, but you are here watching some Red Raider hockey. Thank you very much. My name is Vaughn Ullum. We will see you for the third and final period of action. Shaker, for the moment, is down by 2. Hello again, Shaker Heights Varsity hockey fans, and welcome back to Rocky River. We are here for Game 2 of the Tim Alexander Memorial Tournament. We're here for Period 3 of Game 2. Shaker is on the power play for 2 minutes, but right now it looks as though we've got some troubles with the net over there on the left side of the ice. That's Nico Daenerys' net, and I don't know, we'll see what happens there. The referee skating around with the net. Not sure what this is exactly doing. Maybe it was to spread around some snow that got over there, but that's an odd way to do it. I'm not sure. But we're here for some hockey, not to see the referee skating around with the net in his hands.
Yeah, he's just trying to smooth out the area behind him.
I believe he's trying to smooth out some of that area behind the net, but now that he's supposedly done so sufficiently, we are ready for the opening draw this third period. It's won by Shaker, and the Red Raiders are going to get to work. They find themselves down by 2. For now, only 2 points have been awarded in this game, 1 per side, the way this tournament is scored. It's a period by period, whether you win the period kind of scoring. It's an odd thing. You win a point if you win the period, and Shaker won that second period 1-0. However, they lost that first period 3-0. Whoever wins the game will ultimately win 2 more bonus points as well. Here's a good pass to Brokaw. Shot blocked by number 5. Good chance for number 13. Now here the clearing is going to go all the way to Daenerys at the Red Raider side of the ice, and he will elect not to send it out. So, 1:09 left to go in the power play time for the Red Raiders. 5-on-4 is what we've got for you as we begin this third period. And Joey Moore takes down one of the Trojans with authority. Is Joey Moore, and that's what you like to see. He's got a smaller build, but he is mighty if he lays down the body like that. Moore to the point for Brokaw. It's Brokaw and Lenahan at the point. He'll try a shot, Brokaw. And a good glove save by the Trojan Tendy. And 80 seconds is enough for head coach Matt Bartley to send out power play line 2. Connor Mayhew to take the draw. The other forwards there, Schneider and Kiltz. Kiltz with the assist on Mayhew's goal. That power play goal in the second. We'll see if they can replicate some of that magic. Schneider back to Kalergis. Kalergis to Schneider. Schneider flip-flopping with Kalergis. He'll give it to Kalergis. To Kiltz. Kiltz behind the net. He'll pass it back up. Richard tries a shot. That one goes behind the net. Only 10 seconds left to go on the power play. Findlay's going to poke this one out of the zone, and that should just about do it for the power play. 5-on-5 even strength is now what we've got for you, and that's got to be a penalty on Swisher. And that is the case. Referee with the whistle to his lips. Daenerys to the bench for the extra attacker, but that's not going to do it. Shaker sends it all the way down into the Findlay zone, and so the extra attacker going nowhere. So number 14, Swisher, heading to the sin bin as we speak, as another power play upcoming for Shaker. And face-off back in the Red Raider zone. And the Red Raider bench emphasizing that it should be over there. And now everyone traveling in a pack over to the other side of the ice. The Findlay fans aren't exactly happy about it. They thought they iced it, but when it's a penalty, you get the face-off in your offensive zone. Referees still seem to be talking this over. And now it looks like we're ready. Lenahan ready to take the draw. And Shaker's going to win it. Garnett to the other point for Gerber. Gerber to Moore. Moore looking to get it back to Garnett. And now he might have an opportunity to rip a shot of his own. But not just yet. He won't pull the trigger. Gerber and Lenahan work with the puck behind the net. Now they've got more control over the puck than they did their last time out on that last power play. Moore going to rip a shot. That won't get through the traffic. Moore cannot keep it inside the blue line as he falls to his knees. Moore stick handling in the neutral zone. He'll enter in and he'll lead the rush. He'll drop it off for Lenahan. Lenahan moving it up to Moore, who's still in stride behind the net. Now Findlay going to knock it down. This is going to be played with a high stick, but... And finally, Sammy Gerber will touch up. No one around him. And he was debating whether he should touch up, as he knew it was going to be played with a high stick. And Garnett screaming at him from the opposite side of the neutral zone, touch it, we're wasting time on the power play. Kilt's taking the draw, however it's won by Findlay. Number 32 going to skate it back to his own zone and send it all the way down the ice. Killing some time on the Red Raider power play. We're halfway through it, a minute left to go on number 14's penalty. Here it's Richards skating it forward. He's passing it out in front. Schneider had a chance to rip it, but he just couldn't pull the trigger. 45 left to go on the penalty. Kalergis and Richard, the two defensemen. The forward makeup is Schneider, Kiltz, and Mayhew. And Shaker unable to enter into the zone just yet. Facing some struggles, Mayhew to Schneider. Schneider with Kiltz. He'll try a shot in. That one looking 5-hole, but a good stick save, and he'll toss it into the corner. Can Shaker stick with it? Yes, they can. It's Kiltz with it. Kiltz drops it off to Kalergis. Kalergis back to Kiltz. Kiltz to Gerber, and that one just won't get through the traffic. And just unable to keep it in is Richard. And a man out of the box, number 14, comes flying into the play. And Kalergis has to speed up. And he's looking to Brokaw down ice. Brokaw and Arth are the two forwards. And that is offsides for sure. Arth trying to move it forward too quickly. There was a Red Raider in the zone, and that's just not allowed by rule of hockey. Face-off taken over by Findlay. Can they stick with it? They cannot. As a good stick lift will force the puck to glide, and it's lonesome into Nico Daenerys, and he's going to freeze this one for an icing. Or excuse me, freeze this one for a face-off. 10:09 left to go in period number 3. Shakers down by 1. Looking for a shot is Findlay, but they have just not been able to rack up many shots in these last two periods. Benincasa and White, the defensive makeup, And now Shaker is going to get another power play, it looks like, right here. And it's going to be the goalie touching up. And Findlay has got to learn how to play with some discipline. Number 19 is going to enter into the penalty box now. And this power play line might be getting a little tired, but the penalty kill might be getting somewhat tired for Findlay. 9:45 left to go in the third and final period. Shaker's got to bury one of these if they have hopes of tying this one up at 3 apiece. Now it looks at first as though they nabbed the wrong guy. Or maybe it's going to be a 5-on-3 for the Red Raiders. Now here's definitely a good opportunity for the Raiders to capitalize. Gerber to Garnett. Garnett will skate it in from the blue line. He'll rip a shot in. That one can't get through the traffic. And I believe the whistle was blown after the shot went into the mask of one of the Trojans. And now they're going to make a couple late substitutions. 5-on-3 for 1:51. Lenahan to take the draw to the left of the goaltender. It's one. Brokaw to Gerber. Gerber to Garnett. The middle of the blue line. He'll send it back to Gerber. Shot made. Looking for a rebound. Nothing doing. Some good quality chances for the Raiders as they begin the 5-on-3 chance. Can they continue that and actually bury one? Behind the net. It falls into number 5's control. That's of Findlay. Now here it's Brokaw skating behind the net. He'll get it up to the point to Garnett. Garnett to Moore. Back to Garnett at the blue line. And he's looking for Brokaw. That pass a little off target, and here's a chance for Findlay to clear it, and they will. All the way down to Daenerys. 1:13 left to go on the penalty, and we'll get some changes for Findlay. Joey Moore. A pass up to Gerber. Gerber is going to lead the rush forward into the zone. Gerber behind the net. Sends it to Brokaw. Good quality chance, but a good save by number 1. Back up to Garnett at the point. Good opportunity here for the Raiders, but they've only got 50 more seconds. Wide open shot. How does he make that save? Brokaw, another chance. How are these not going in? This is incredible. Garnett to Moore. Moore, another good chance with a wide open shot, and then just not able to pull the trigger. Oof. And now Shaker's going to take a timeout. This goalie, number 1. Oh my. I mean, there is just not much to say considering this is the very beginning of the season, but let these saves speak for you here. I mean, give this guy a star. Give him a gold medal. Give him something, because this is just incredible. Those saves are going on his highlight reel. So the Red Raiders, for now, call their timeout. They've got 35 seconds left to go on the 5-on-3. They would love to get a goal in this period to hopefully secure a point. One more point for another period win. The question is, can they? Salvaging a point in one of these tournament losses could go a long way. The Red Raiders taking the ice, and they've got to capitalize right here, right now.
How tall their goalie is. How tall their goalie is compared to ours.
Face off, won by Lenahan. Lenahan to Brokaw. He'll send it up to the blue line for Gerber. Gerber back to Brokaw. Now to Garnett. He'll rip a shot. No, rebound, give it up. And this one escapes the zone. 22 2 seconds left to go. Shaker's got to create this chance quickly. Brokaw entering in, but he trips over Gerber, and Brokaw needs to get back on side. And Shaker's in trouble as this one is going to die down, and we are back to even strength. 2 minutes of full 5-on-3 time for Shaker and nothing to show for it. Three to 1 remains your score. Shaker's got 7:35 left to go to get one goal, and you never know, hopefully tie it up, but that's looking a little unlikely after they're not able to capitalize on that chance. There's a weak shot from the point, saved by Daenerys, and he will save it for the face-off. Face-off won by Findlay. Here's another shot, and that one just deflected wide. Findlay keeping it in, just barely. It's number 14. He's up against Hunter. Hunter going to try to bump off 14, but he eventually will win the battle for the puck possession. Here's a blocker save from Daenerys. 32 looking for a secondary shot. Daenerys down on the ice, and he's just looking to cover it up before anything crosses over the crease. And finally, Findlay pushes it in. And that just took a long, long time. And I'm surprised there's no goalie interference and there was no whistle called whatsoever. So for the moment now, Findlay wins the period. So now if Shaker scores a goal and ties the period at 1 apiece, they'll just split the point. And now here's a good chance. Nothing doing. Shaker gets their possession right back. For the moment, the forward makeup. Schneider, Gerber, and Brokaw. Here's a shot, but a stick flies from Gerber. Not exactly sure how that happened. In the corner. It goes to Richard, but he's unable to finish the job and poke it out. Now with Brokaw. Bumping the Trojan off the puck, and eventually it is cleared to the neutral zone. Brokaw going to hop off. Lenahan is in replacement. Now the other forwards going to follow suit and get some changes as well. It's Moore, it's Mayhew, and it's Lenahan. Icing waved off there. Daenerys needing to get back in his crease. He was trying to play the puck behind the net, and it was almost costly. Here's Moore in the corner. Trying to send it cross ice, but no one's home. 5.5 left to go in period number 3. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name's Vaughn Ullum. Hope you're enjoying this affair in Rocky River just as much as we are. Shaker going up against Menor tomorrow. And that's always a fun one. If you know Shaker hockey, you know Menor, because those are two tough teams that go up against each other all too often. Here's number 19, a nifty move, and he's just going to walk in himself, and a great save by Nico Daenerys. And now it's Mayhew the other way. He'll take a shot and a good glove save. Flashing the leather is number 1, the goaltender. And he will hang on to it for the face-off. So as Shaker faces off against Menor at 4:15, It's going to be Findlay and Erie facing off at noon. And Erie, so far, Daenerys needing to get back in goal, just barely. The defense able to poke it away. That was almost a costly one of that. But Shaker luckily able to stick with it. Garnett loses the foot race to number 19, but Shaker is going to get it right back with Schneider's effort. Now this one, much too elevated of a clearing attempt, and it's off the ceiling. And that will call for a face-off. But Erie, who is going to be Findlay's next opponent, so far only has half of a point as they lost to Rocky River 3-1 in their affair. Big booming hit laid down from Hunter. Trying to move the puck up to Brokaw, not able to do so. But here's a cross-ice pass over to Kalergis. He'll dump it in himself. There's a shot on goal, a weak one at that. And it's going to be frozen for the face-off. And these Findlay fans are really unhappy with these calls. They've been yelling all day long. They must be very unhappy in Findlay. Not exactly sure if just things aren't going their way, but they are just not taking this lead with any content manner. Here's a pass to Lenahan. Lenahan looking for Mayhew. Mayhew can't send it back out in front to center it for a good shot. Now Kalergis to Lenahan. Lenahan looking back for Kalergis. Is he able to keep it inside the zone? He is not. Out to the neutral zone it goes. And now the Trojans are asking for more calls. Not exactly sure what was illegal about anything there. And Lenahan takes a shot and a blocker save, and it gets right back to Lenahan. To Moore. Moore to Richard, and that shot won't go. Now here's a booming shot. It's blocked by number 12, Garnett, with a powerful shot. And just not able to get through the man in front of him. Lenahan to Garnett. He'll take a shot, and that's blocked with a stick. Number 6, the man to block it. And now it's Richards skating in the Red Raider zone, and it looks like he's going to lead the rush himself. And trying to stick handling just a bit too fancy there as it's poked back to the neutral zone for Sammy Gerber to take. Now it's Lenahan. He'll fake a slap shot, but in doing so, it's poked all the way back to the Red Raider zone, and number 38 almost had a good chance off the defensive zone turnover. It's in Garnett's possession. Garnett to Brokaw. Brokaw to Gerber. Gerber to Lenahan, and he's going to lead this rush with Gerber, except he doesn't want to do just that. He's going to dump and chase. For the moment, the offensive line is going to be Schneider, Gerber, and Brokaw. And now it's cleared out of the zone. Trying to catch Findlay at a bad line change. They're not able to do so efficiently. To Hunter. Hunter looks for Brokaw. Brokaw hit down to his knees, and it looks like that's going to be 29. It's going to be 29 getting nabbed for the penalty. It's a tripping, and you know these Findlay fans have something to say about it. And Shaker had 6 players on the ice, and that is not allowed. And we will see if they call them for it. And there's no penalty on it. That I can't exactly fend for. These Trojan fans are they're leading by 3, but they're just not having any fun with this victory. And this one's cleared down the ice. Kalergis, cross ice to Garnett. Garnett working on the forehand in his own zone. Now he'll move it forward. To Linehan. Linehan, a clap shot, and that will get through the traffic, but no elevation. And now there's a penalty on the Trojans. Once again. And these Findlay fans are having a field day calling out these referees. And to an extent, it is quite funny. They're winning by 3, but no smiles over there on that side. And now here, Shaker's going to pull their net empty. It's 6-on-3 ice hockey for the moment. Brokaw wheeling in. And he's going to try a shot. Nothing doing. Garnett to Brokaw. Brokaw trying his shot, and that won't get through the traffic. Back to Brokaw. Around the point. He'll try another shot. Now Garnett. Nothing getting through this Stonewall goaltender. And Findlay's going to clear it out, and they're going to win 4-1. 5 power plays there in the third. No goal to speak of for Shaker. Nico Daenerys had a rough outing in between the pipes as well. And it should be better getting the look against Menor tomorrow. We will see if that holds true. But it will be 4:15 tomorrow, Shaker Heights versus Menor. That's always a good one. If you know that history, if you don't, we will be covering some of that tomorrow during that introduction and throughout the game. Those two are always making for some good competition. We'll see how that one looks tomorrow. So Shaker versus Menor tomorrow. Today, a loss for your Red Raiders. 4-1 is your final. Findlay wins. Shaker able to salvage a point in the tournament scoring. But besides that, not much to speak of. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum. We will see you at the same time tomorrow right here in Rocky River. Till next time.